Hello everybody, and welcome to your fourth and final tutorial for the week. In this tutorial we're going to specifically look at how you can use your ILLiad interlibrary loan account to order in books and other physical materials when that item is not held by the James C. Kirkpatrick Library and not held by any library in the state of Missouri that participates in the MOBIUS consortium. And as you'll recall, this is a pretty rare situation, doesn't happen quite often. I do want to make a quick side note. When I say books and other physical materials, by other physical materials I am talking about anything from audio recordings, films, maps, so on and so forth. But I do want to point out to you that many formats are not lendable in the MOBIUS system or via interlibrary loan. Typically, for instance, films are not going to be loaned by libraries. So primarily you will be using MOBIUS and ILLiad for ordering books, but I like to say books and other physical materials so that you know that there is a possibility of ordering in other items as well. I have, for instance, ordered in audio recordings via MOBIUS. It is possible. So I'm going to show you a new tool. This is one that was covered in your textbook. It's called WorldCat, but we haven't really looked at it yet. Let's go ahead and look at it. I'm going to mouse over online resources and databases, and I'm going to move down to this direct link right here called WorldCat. Let's open this up. What is WorldCat? WorldCat is, at least in theory, a global library catalog. It certainly isn't global yet. Its strongest coverage really comes with respect to U.S. and Canadian libraries, but there are a lot of international libraries that provide their holdings data for this unified world catalog. So if you really want to be a thorough researcher, after you have searched the James C. Kirkpatrick Library holdings and you have searched MOBIUS, you can search the entire world via WorldCat. Just a very quick example here. We already know that sustainable architecture is a subject term that is of interest to us for our topic. So I'm actually going to do a search by subject for sustainable architecture in the WorldCat catalog. And if you'll recall, we had 20 results in the James C. Kirkpatrick Library for this subject heading, and in the state of Missouri we had 138 results. Well, now take a look at this. Globally, we have 2,461 results, including 1,777 books, plus all kinds of other materials. So let's take a look at this. First, you can see the very first result. There's this very nice icon here alerting you to the fact that this particular book is held by the James C. Kirkpatrick Library. So you wouldn't want to order this in via interlibrary loan. Let's take a look at this second result. This book is Green Metropolis: Why Living Smaller, Living Closer, and Driving Less Are the Keys to Sustainability. We don't see that James C. Kirkpatrick Library icon, so we know that our library doesn't have this. Let's say you're interested in it. Let's go ahead and pull up the record for this book. You read the description, you decide that you're interested in it. Since we don't have it, you do want to check the libraries worldwide that own the item. If you click on that, you're going to find out whether or not any libraries in Missouri hold this book. And as you can see, a lot of libraries in Missouri hold this book. So because this book is held by libraries in Missouri, you also don't want to order this book in via interlibrary loan. I'm going to hit my back button. Instead, you would go back to the MOBIUS catalog and request it in via the MOBIUS consortium. Okay, I'm going to go back to our list of results. Let's try another one. Here's more books held by the James C. Kirkpatrick Library. Here's one that we don't have. So again, we could pull up the record. We could check libraries worldwide that own the item. And again, lots of libraries in Missouri have this. And you're going to find that is very, very typical. It's going to be difficult for me to find a book that no one in Missouri has. So let's pretend that this particular book no one in the state of Missouri has. If that were the case, if you learned that we don't have it and no one in Missouri has it, what you can do is you can click on ILLiad Interlibrary Loan, this link right here, This is going to start to look like a familiar process. You can log into your interlibrary loan account. Again, this is purely theoretical because this book is held in the state of Missouri. Once again, that's the lovely part. It fills out the order form for you, so all you'd need to do is check it, see if there's any additional details that you can provide to help the library locate a library that has this item, and hit Submit Request. We will literally go to Texas to find this book for you and bring it in. We'll go to California to bring it in. We'll go to New Zealand if we have to and bring this book into you. And actually, about a year ago, I did order in 2 books via interlibrary loan from New Zealand for a student. And those came in within 4 business days from halfway across the world. It's an incredibly powerful technique. Now, I also want to just point out one more thing before we close out this week. Let me go ahead and go to my ILLiad homepage. Right here. And log in. What I want to point out is, suppose you are reading a book or a journal article and it mentions another book, and you look for it in our library and you look for it in the MOBIUS system and you find that no one has it. So you've learned about this book not via the WorldCat catalog but via another route. That is a situation in which you would log in directly into your ILLiad account and you could click on Request a Book right here. And you could manually fill out the form with all the information that you learned from whatever source you learned about that book from. So that is another way to order via interlibrary loan. And that is your lecture for the week. These are techniques that rapidly become part of your everyday practice and habits if you employ them. So I do encourage you, when we move on to the final project for the course, try to move beyond the resources, the articles and the books held by the James C. Kirkpatrick Library, and test out some of these techniques. These are truly what are going to make you a powerful researcher in your undergraduate studies, your graduate studies, your doctorate studies, and beyond. They will make you a power researcher for life.